Ladies and gentlemen, I can't quite believe that I'm actually saying this, but McLaren have finally announced the next car in their one Lineage. After months of whispers and speculation, it is finally here. The McLaren W1.
McLaren F1. McLaren P1. Two of the most iconic cars ever made. Born out of McLaren's World Championship mindset. A mindset that knows no boundaries. McLaren W1.
In the world of supercars, there are very few names that hold as much weight as McLaren, synonymous for their speed, innovation, and their absolute obsession for perfection. I mean, numerous times already they have altered the automotive standard, and here we are again. While McLaren has been teasing us with subtle hints for a couple of months now, the date has finally been announced, the 6th of October 2024, and it is definitely one to put in the diary. So what do we already know about the W1, and how will it compare up to its predecessor, the P1? Well, back in 2013 when McLaren released the P1, they weren't just releasing another supercar, they were revolutionising the future of the hypercar market. With its innovative hybrid system producing 903 horsepower. The McLaren P1 very quickly became one of the most iconic cars from the 21st century. But McLaren have never just been focused on straight line speed, and while the P1 did have a top speed of 217 miles per hour, they're more focused on creating a visceral, track-focused performance car with cutting-edge technology. With the W1, McLaren is poised to push these boundaries even further, and it's rumoured that we may be seeing it featuring a very similar hybrid V8 powertrain. But could the W1 have a more electric focus? Well, this time we're looking more at numbers over the 1,000 horsepower mark, at least that's what we're expecting. Something that's going to compete with the Rimac Naveras and Bugatti Chiron Supersports. But do we actually know anything about the W1's powertrain? Well, McLaren have been very tight-lipped and kept their cards close to their chest. However, speculation has suggested that we may be seeing another twin-turbocharged V8 hybrid, possibly with a bigger electrical component or dual motors. It's also quite likely that McLaren have been using their Artura hybrid supercar as a bed for testing this technology. The Artura, McLaren's plug-in hybrid supercar, was a major leap forward in hybrid technology for them. And if this is the foundation that they're building on, we could be looking at a lighter, more powerful and more efficient hybrid setup. Perhaps we could be seeing a twin-turbocharged V8 hybrid engine, maybe with dual motors that could be pushing over 1,000 horsepower, or maybe into the realm of the Rimac Navara at 1,914 horsepower. But competitors like the Rimac Navara, a fully electric hypercar, and the Bugatti Chiron Supersport with its 1,600 horsepower W16 engine, they've set the bar pretty high. But if there's anything that we know McLaren love to do, it is compete, and they will certainly be putting the W1 into this competition, if not trying to go ahead of it. Another area where McLaren often excel is in aerodynamics, and we saw this with the P1 with active aero, and also the Speedtail with its speed-centric design. McLaren has always been at the forefront of creating cars that can cut through air, so what can we expect from the W1? Well, speculation has suggested that we may be seeing the advanced aerodynamics very similar to what has been on the McLaren Senna. This would mean aggressive wings, diffusers and vents that could change depending on your driving style and your speed. We may also see the W1 featuring a drag reduction system, much like you see in the Formula 1, drastically increasing its top speed, but also its handling in the corners. There's also talk of extensive carbon fibre use, which is great for performance and also keeping the weight down. The P1 weighed in at 3,075 pounds, so I am certain we're going to be seeing the W1 much lighter. Inside the W1, we can expect to see much more of McLaren's driver-focused philosophy. While the P1 was relatively sparse in terms of luxury as it had a track focus on lightweight performance, the W1 could strike a balance between technology and driver focus. Think something like track-focused digital interfaces with performance metrics in real time. Could we also be seeing one of the first hypercars to actually introduce AI into its technology? This would be able to analyse track conditions, tyre wear, and even driver input to get the utmost performance out of the car. But perhaps the biggest question we're asking here is, will the W1 live up to the legacy of the P1? Because the P1 wasn't just a hypercar, it was a revolution about the way that we think about hybrid technology in the supercar and hypercar world. I mean, it literally set the bar so high that it has taken McLaren a decade to try and surpass it. The W1 certainly has a lot to live up to, but if there's anything that McLaren has done in the past, they've proved that they can do something really special. Whether it's the raw speed of the F1, the hybrid innovation of the P1, or the futuristic aerodynamics of the Speedtail, McLaren has always shown us that they can push the boundaries. With the official reveal just a few days away, excitement is certainly building in the car community. Will the W1 redefine the hypercar segment? Could it take on the Rimac Nevera and the Bugatti Chiron Supersport? And perhaps most importantly, could it create its own legacy, standing tall alongside the F1 and the P1 in the one lineage? All will be revealed on the 6th of October 2024, and trust me, hypercars, they're going to get a whole lot faster.